Hello and welcome to my channel, Boo Snakes and More. For more videos like this, please also watch my other house channel, A&A Snakes and Stuff, or my youngest son's channel, Henny's Toys and Games, or my oldest son's channel, Little Chris 10. Now let's begin. Nobody. Morgan Decard. 2011 to present. Nobody is a character often related to Damian Wayne, better known as Robin. The original one is Morgan Decard, an assassin and the son of Henry Decard, one of Bruce Wayne's mentors. During his time training abroad. Decard attempting to persuade Damian to become an assassin like him and break Batman's no-kill rule due to the jealousy Morgan developed from Bruce's training with his father. Nobody somewhat succeeded as Damian broke the no-kill rule by killing Nobody himself. Sometime later, Morgan would be succeeded by his own daughter, Maya Decard, the second Nobody, who coincidentally became a close ally of Damian, her father's murderer. A different character called Mr. Nobody is a criminal obsessed with surreal dangerism that is often an enemy of the Doom Patrol. Nobody, Morgan Decard, was created by Peter Tomsey and Patrick Gleason, first appearing in Batman and Robin Volume 2, Number 1, 2011.
While records show that after the murder of his parents, Bruce Wayne adopted the persona of the Batman, a full scan of the cosmic construct, known as the multiverse, has provided alternate aliases and origins for the Dark Knight. To view these results, simply click on the photo of the Batman you wish to learn more about. From there you will be briefed and given the chance to view archival footage.
Wayne is a harsher Batman than the one we know. His war on crime is a deadly affair, and he has no limits when it comes to the violence he will use to see justice done. More vigilante than hero, Thomas found his true purpose when the depowered Barry Allen arrived at Wayne Manor looking for Batman. Thomas was shocked that his visitor from another world kept calling him Bruce. Eventually, Barry Allen was able to convince Thomas of the truth, that this entire universe wasn't meant to be, and that there was a world where his son lived. Thomas was instrumental in getting the Flash's powers back and overriding the Flashpoint timeline with our original one. Thomas was happy to be free from his misery and to know his son would live again. He gave the Flash a letter for his son, telling him that being the Batman was no substitute for having a life. But before Thomas Wayne blinked out of existence to finally know peace, he was yanked through a time portal and dropped on Earth 2, where he serves as that world's Batman to this day. programmed with multiple fighting techniques by a process called the system. This was part of his being groomed by an extremist Christian cult to be their warrior and assassin, Azrael. However, during his training in Switzerland, he met the Batman and decided to follow the Dark Knight's example instead. Training to be a vigilante in the style of Batman, he was pressed into service in Gotham during Nightfall. With Batman being run ragged by the residents of Arkham Asylum released by Bane, Jean-Paul first wore the Batman costume in a confrontation with Killer Croc. He was thoroughly embarrassed and decided that a tougher, more violent Batman was needed. When Batman's spine was broken and Jean-Paul became Batman, he brought a violent reign of terror to the criminals of Gotham, kicked Robin out of the Batcave, and began to succumb to the ultra-violent impulses of his programming by the system. When Bruce healed from his wounds and came back to retake the mantle, Jean-Paul wouldn't give it up. Jean-Paul had convinced himself that he was the one true Batman. After a fight through the bowels of Wayne Manor, Batman was finally able to break through the system's programming and save Jean-Paul from madness. He then went back to crime fighting as a superheroic version of Azrael. While being Batman, Damian takes up the mantle. But the Gotham he patrols is a harsher, more demanding place than it is in our time. Gotham has an artificial weather system and is plagued by the next generation of Batman's rogues gallery, including Two-Face 2, Max Roboto, and a self-styled demon named Simon Hurt. In fact, Damian seems to believe that he had to sell his soul to this devil to earn demonic healing powers in order to save the city. He coldly murders those who oppose him, as he has seen what happens when you take the threats of Gotham lightly. This puts him at odds with the future police commissioner Barbara Gordon, who blames him for getting Dick Grayson killed. One of his most important exploits as the Caped Crusader was saving the life of an infant Terry McGinnis, who would later, in this dark future, be trained to be the next Batman by Damian Wayne himself. In the Red Sun universe, baby Superman's ship crashes in the Soviet Union rather than Kansas. The grown Kal-El helps Joseph Stalin to establish communist Russia as a utopia. But underneath this facade is a government where dissidents are murdered or reprogrammed as lobotomized automatons. The Batman stages a campaign of attacks meant to awaken the citizens to their oppression. Like the Batman we know, he's capable of taking on superpowered beings with his genius tactical abilities. He captures Wonder Woman and draws Kal-El into a trap made of lamps that mimic the rays of a red sun and remove Superman's powers. Batman gives both Superman and Wonder Woman all they can handle before his eventual capture. He commits suicide rather than become an automaton. Ironically, it is his sacrifice that shakes Superman out of his malaise, prompting him to become a real hero of the people. Bruce Wayne didn't die at the hands of the Joker, but he did lose his memory of his previous life and the skills that made him Batman. While he is incapacitated, Jim Gordon was pressed into service by Powers International, a conglomerate who partnered with the Gotham PD. They wanted an entire police force of Batman as their own private army. Gordon decided to be the first one of these new officers, and through Powers International, Gordon got new training, muscular implants, and a cybernetic armor system called Wiki. With these tools at his disposal, he became the Batman. His Joker, during his tenure as Batman, was a superpower broker named Mr. Bloom. Bloom possessed seeds which could grant Gotham's underworld a vast array of superpowers before inevitably killing them. Each time he empowered someone, he got stronger and added to a massive manifestation of energy at the heart of Gotham. Alfred, who had kept Bruce safe by hiding his past as the Batman, was forced to reawaken Bruce's repressed memories. Mr. Bloom was on the verge of defeating Jim Gordon and destroying Gotham when the revived original Batman returned in his own armored suit. Together, as Batman, Bruce and Jim defeated Bloom, and Gotham got its original hero back. On Earth, Earth, -22, the Joker murdered Commissioner Gordon with an acid trap, killed Batman's entire rogues gallery, paralyzed Batman, and orphaned a hospital full of children while Batman was forced to helplessly watch. He also Jokerized the children, making them incurable monsters forever. When Batman overcame his paralysis, he killed the Joker without any remorse. But when a small amount of Joker venom was released with the Joker's last breath, it infected the Dark Knight. Batman slowly changed into something else. His sidekicks, Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, and Red Hood noticed, offering their help. Batman promptly gunned them down and enlisted the army of Jokerized children as his new Rabid Robins. He also infected his son Damian to serve by his side and killed the entire Justice League using the weapons they'd stockpiled over years of crime fighting. He is one of the deadliest incarnations of the Batman ever conceived. He's on a quest to gather the most twisted Batman from across the dark universe to eventually become the master of all reality, warping it to meet his apocalyptic vision. Years after the last sighting of Batman, there are echoes of Bruce Wayne's war on crime in the form of a street gang called the Jokers. When Terry is chased by the Jokers into the seemingly abandoned Wayne Manor, he encounters Bruce Wayne, who helps him to drive the gang away. Terry begins training with Bruce and earning his trust. He learns that Wayne gave up being Batman after an embarrassing incident when Bruce needed a gun to protect himself. Terry shows Bruce he's only a useless old man if he chooses to be. Terry, in Batman's high-tech suit, takes on the next generation of Gotham's crime, including a resurrected Joker using Tim Drake's body and the original Joker's DNA. With Bruce as his eyes and ears, offering him much-needed tactical advice and the benefit of his years of experience, Terry truly becomes a Batman beyond. We're in extreme time, and Darkclaw is emblematic of the era. Spawned in a rare crossover event between Marvel and DC called the Amalgam Universe, Darkclaw struck a chord with readers. He was literally cool on cool, and cut to the heart of each character's appeal. The product of childhood tragedy and the Weapon X program, he traveled the world acquiring a vast array of skills before deciding that New Gotham would be the best place to stage his crusade on crime. The Amalgam Universe allowed many clever mashups in Darkclaw's supporting cast and rogues gallery, like his sidekick Sparrow, a combination of Marvel's Jubilee and DC's Robin, while his enemy, the Hyena, was a hybrid of Sabretooth and the Joker. We're glad Marvel and DC slashed through the corporate red tape to give us this once-in-a-lifetime interpretation of Batman.
Thank you for watching this video and peace out till the next one.